joined by Ben Wood, Global President for the digital marketing company iProspect. Good morning, Ben. So in many ways, Apple told us what we were expecting, record numbers, the money's coming in, but the iPhone sales are slowing. Your response to this news we got overnight?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tough, isn't it? On the one hand, you've delivered record numbers, record revenue, record profit, unbelievable margins, something like 40%. But on the other, your core product, a product that represents, the lion's share of what you sell, 68% of what you sell, that core product is slowing down, and that's what spooked investors in the markets.
And we've highlighted, Ben was highlighting there, the sales in China, a massive drop-off. But at the same time, it's not that long ago that Apple did the deal with China Mobile, and presumably lots of people in China then got their iPhones. They're not going to upgrade very quickly, are they? Because they're not cheap.
No, I mean, China is 25% now, more than Europe, 25% of what Apple sell. And remember, 68% of that is the iPhone, so the iPhone's unbelievably important as a product. As you say, the challenge is lots of those consumers in China that are becoming middle class, have moved in, they've bought product. And of course, there's no great incentive for them to upgrade. One of the small challenges is that the difference between the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6S wasn't that great. So I think all eyes are going to be on the new iPhone 7 when that comes out later this year, because there's going to have to be a step change in that product to really persuade consumers to step out of that iPhone 6.
And Apple is a perfect example of a company that is damned if it does and damned if it doesn't, that we're all obsessing about sales figures, and they're still growing, and most companies would be glad of sales figures that are still growing in this sort of climate. But you touched on it there. I mean, they're waiting for the next big thing. I mean, is it just an evolution of the same thing, the iPhone, or is it something radically different?
I mean, look, there's lots that Apple can do. It's an unbelievably innovative and exciting company. The iPhone has been that killer product for the last few years. But let's think about the advances it's making in other areas. It bought Beats earlier this year, so it's got really interesting potential in the headphone market, the speaker market. It's thinking about cars. People are quite excited about the move that they might make into developing an operating system that controls the car perhaps in the future, perhaps even going into manufacturing cars themselves. So there's lots that Apple can do, of course, but it's that iPhone, it's that core product that everybody's looking at. Let's remember the watch, for example, that everyone was quite excited about last year. That still is clustered by Apple into a category it calls Other, with a few other products, and Other only represents 6% of total sales. So I think we are all looking to see what's next, whether it's going to be a substantial step up in terms of the iPhone, in terms of innovation, or whether it's going to be a new product that we don't know about yet.
Okay, Ben, thanks so much for coming in, giving us your thoughts on Apple. Plenty more on our website.